Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Wanted to thank you for stopping by the Jewelry by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video, and we'll talk soon.
BDK. I want to show you today how to wrap metal beads so that they'll have a nice little flare. I'm going to use these two for a necklace. So I want to get my wire. This is a 18 gauge wire, and the 18 gauge because it's easier to manipulate when you're wrapping beads. And in this case, this bead has a hole, so I want to be sure not to wrap the wire around the hole. So you can see that has a hole because I'm going to use it to string on a necklace, so it wouldn't help me if I blocked the hole. So this is how we start it. I line it up, line the wire up along that little groove. I press against it and I begin to wrap. Try to flatten it as I go, and then wrap. Continue to wrap. And then we'll keep wrapping it. And then I want to take the wire through. It's just like threading when we make the agate necklaces. So I want to take the wire through, and you got to be careful because if the wire bends, it'll actually break. So we'll get it in this way, and then I'll take it back up and I'll wrap, and I'll wrap, and then I'll take it down this way, wrap it, and down and up and down. And I want to bring it up. Then let's see, I can bring it through up here because that's giving me a lot of space to bring it through. And that's there. And then when I take it through the wires, that secures it. So when I'll take it this way, and this little space is kind of empty, and I want to make sure my holes are not covered. That's a hole, and that's a hole. So let's take it in that little part. And take it back down, take it around, and then I will take it to the back. So I'm going to have to clip it, and this wire I left out. So I'm going to cross that over, and I'm going to clip both of these wires because I want to wrap them around that wire. So I'll start with this one. We'll make it a little shorter. Clip. And we'll try to wrap it around this one. So we'll, as long as we can find a wire to wrap it around, we'll wrap and tuck. Got that under there. I'm going to flatten this back out. Okay, so we are going to use this recycled bead that I wrapped in 18 gauge wire, some little 18 millimeter glass beads, and I'm going to be using some of these pretty white and gold beads that I hand painted. And we're just going to go ahead and bead these. I'm not going to put any small beads between them. Just going to, and we don't need to do all that because that big recycled bead in the middle really gives the bracelet what it needs. So we don't need a whole lot going on around the bracelet. Just gonna go ahead and string these on. tie it down, and we got a quick, pretty bracelet. You can already see how that's coming about. It's really pretty. And it's something about gold, especially white and gold, just very elegant, really pretty and easy colors. And then I may have one bead too many on here. I'm sure I do. That would be a huge risk. This is probably like an 8.5, 9, bigger wrist. So we'll take a couple beads off. That's gorgeous like that. And I am going to put a charm on here too. And that's really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and tie it down. And it does not take a lot for bracelets. Basically just knowing which beads you're going to use. Go ahead and string them. I'm using 1.5 millimeter cord. And I like to use a 1.5 millimeter cord because it's thick. It's really thick, and these are bigger beads. And I always like to be double tying and triple tying my knot so that that knot can go in. And with these beads, you notice this particular bead does not have a really huge hole, nor does this one. So I can't tie the knot as big as what I like to, but I am going to tie it enough to where it'll be difficult to pull that knot into that hole. And then that'll make it even more secure. So then I'm going to try to get it on this side. And you can see how it's taking a little bit to pull it in. So once it goes inside that hole, it's pretty snug. So I would have to really pull it to pull it out. And that's what I like, for it to be snug in the inside of that hole. And then this is what this looks like. Really pretty. And this is for a 7.5, maybe 8-inch wrist. And you can tell it's too big for my wrist. My wrist is a 7-inch. So this is about a 7.5, 8-inch. And I like to make them a little bit bigger too, because some people do have, thicker wrists. That is gorgeous. Let's see what type of charm we want to put on here, if we want to put a charm on here. If we want to put one, we got bags of them. And whatever the charm is, it would have to match nicely. Something like a wire charm. Jump rings up here. And these are really easy to just put together, just knowing which beads you want to use. So I'm looking at this bracelet, and it's a beautiful bracelet. So of course I'm going to sell this bracelet, but there is a defect somewhere, and I can see it, but you guys can't. And what I see is, or what I thought I saw, hold on. I thought I saw a different color paint on one of these beads, but I guess I didn't. Let me double check it. Because if I see a different color paint or like anything on something, I will, let's say if I did see, it must have been like the wire against it that I was looking at. These glasses, these ain't the good glasses. So these glasses got me all messed up. So if I did see, let's see, like a little speck of paint that's not the color, all I would do is take my little sponge, dot it, the color of the bead, paint over it, and then that would be it. Or if it was like so big and hidden to where I couldn't do that and it would be too messy. I would have to take the bracelet apart. But for the most part, anytime it's a little different color somewhere on a bead and I can dab it with some paint and, without messing up the design on the bead, that's generally what I would do. But in this case, I don't see anything. I thought I saw some red paint. Maybe it was just something off my fingernails. I don't know. But I don't see anything. But this is what this looks like. Very unique and different bracelet. And again, I can see like a bunch of bangles, like gold bangles, gold chains. And I say gold because of the gold. Or any color that you can mix with, the gold. But I would put like gold bangles, gold cuffs, anything that matches. Or just wearing it by itself. It's pretty just by itself. And this is a recycle bead. I got these big beads at, oh my God, was it Joann's? And I think it was like 6 of them. It was 6 of these beads, and I really didn't like them plain like that. So I was like, man, I need to do something to these. And I might even have a couple of them still just regular like this. They would come like this, just, and I was like, I gotta do something to these. I don't like them like that. So I started wrapping them with the wire, and then it does add a nice little something to it. But anyway, happy Thursday. I hope everybody is having a really, really good day so far. I know it's early in the morning. And a lot to do. Tomorrow's already Friday. We was just here. We were just here, right? But anyway, make it a good day for yourself. And guess what? We'll talk.